Hey folks, what's up? This is One Big Bugga, and I'm in Skyrim right now, but I'm not here to bring you a gameplay. I will show you that I'm on my High Elf mage here, and I made her kind of the little tribute to Dragon's Quest, the Witch of the Wild look, the dark rings around golden eyes, and the dark hair, and the lipstick, basically goth-like, emo, maybe even. But I've been reminiscing recently, and I've reminisced to the point that I decided to record it and wanted to talk about it a little bit. So I'm just going to be walking around Skyrim in these snowy regions, looking over scenery like this, and if I encounter things, then I encounter them. If not, then not, because this is more about me reminiscing. I think back when I was, about 6th grade or so, I lived in a place known as Hanson, Massachusetts. And, actually, it sounds like a troll. Great, let me get this out of the way. And then I will... Oops. Because trolls are not something that can be easily dealt with. Die, damn it. Alright, let's try this again. Oh god. Really? Where did these come from? Here I come for reminisce and talk about my past, and I get 2 freaking ice trolls. That's better. This game's not being very nice to me. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. So as I was saying, with about 6th or 7th grade, I lived in a place known as Hanson, Massachusetts. And I lived at, like, the only intersection with a light in Hanson. It was a typical 4-way intersection, but it also had a 5th corner, so it was known as 5 corners, where one lane merged off to go to the right and merge with the other lane go in the other direction. And it was actually pretty popular traveling in the days back then, because this is where 2 popular routes had crossed. I believe it was Route 44 and Route 36 cross paths. Anyways, I lived on the inside of that 5th corner, and I had a neighbor behind my house, and to the north I had a neighbor, to the west I had a neighbor, and across the street was a little strip mall with a Cumberland Farms, and that's a convenience store for anyone who doesn't know. And there was a little video rental shop, one of the first to ever show up in the area at the time, where video rentals were just starting out. And way across, diagonally from me, across the intersection, was a place known as I'm not going to bother with that right now, but was the Hanson House of Pizza. It was owned by true Greeks, migrated over from Greece, and everything was handmade. The sauce, the bread, you know, everything was fresh. Nothing was pre-packaged, pre-made. The meatballs, you order a meatball sub, you didn't get a whole bunch of little frozen meatballs that have been sitting in a sauce all day. They took out one huge, giant-sized meatball and sliced it up and spread it across the bun, and it was the best meatball sandwich I've ever had, even to this day. And it's, you know, getting on to like 35 years later. But the reason I'm talking about this is because of the time of season, which is, you know, perfect setting, the Skyrim setting here. Winter. Recently, I just went outside, say like last night. To me, that's recent. And it was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I looked around, and the sky was clear. I mean, perfectly clear. The stars were all out. It was absolutely quiet. The moon was out over the ocean, bright as ever. It was almost like an overcast day in terms of how well you could see. You know, I could have stood outside and read a book by the moonlight. And what struck me about it was not just that, but how quiet it was as well. Just the absolute silence. No animals, no cars, barely even any wind. And it kind of took me back. It took me back to that place in Hanson when I was a kid. Even though my father's was more beautiful in the winter because it was much more rural, much more country, I was too young to go out at night when my mother and father were together. The house that we had this huge front yard and an even bigger backyard, and the backyard usually remained mostly untended, and so it turned into more like a field. And slight graphics issue there. Wouldn't you say? Well, we're not going to stay in that area then. It ruins the mood. So it was that backfield that I remember mostly, because it was at this time I would start going out late at night when there was no school, you know, school days, vacations, things like that. And I remember the absolute silence. And I remember the bright moon, the clear sky, the stars, and just standing out there. And I'd lean up against my mother's car, whichever car she had at the time. She had quite a few different cars. And I would just look. I would just look around. I'd look at the sky, look for falling stars, look at the moon and the little halo it would usually have around it. Sometimes there'd be thin wisp clouds that would cover it and give it kind of a haunting look. But what I mostly remember is, of course, the snow. Whatever. And I'm talking about the perfect snow. I don't mean a snow that is too heavy and wet, or even the snow that's too light and fluffy. Oh, that's just flocks. I mean the perfect consistency snow that you could build a snowman out of, but not too heavy and too wet. And I'd always want to be outside at night after there'd been a good snow through the day. You know, there'd be like 1 or 2 feet of snow that were dumped down on the ground. And then it would stop at night and the sky would clear up. And it would just be so beautiful. I mean, a lot of people talk about the new fallen snow in the morning, going out and seeing the snow for the first time during the day. But I honestly feel like there was nothing compared to going outside at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, with a full bright moon and clear skies, beautiful stars, and just seeing the moonlight and reflect off that snow, perfectly unbroken. You guys saw that too, huh? Oh, there it is. Perfectly unbroken. Bad. That's bad. perfectly unbroken snow. Was just the perfect kind of light, the moonlight, you know. The sunlight to me was too bright. The moonlight gave it that sparkle, almost like it was lined with gems and diamonds and all that beautiful the beautiful scenery, that just truly amazing. You know, I never knew that Skyrim had 2 moons. Whatever. But similar to like that. I mean, yeah, where it's just so clear you could like see the Milky Way. Just that clear. You know, and it really took me back to that time. And I never realized how much I miss the snow. I've been living in Hawaii for, I think, about 12 years now. And the most snow I've seen is like less than a 1/4 inch up top Haleakala when I used to go up there for my job. And I don't know. I just kind of felt like sharing that about that time as a child. I used to go out like I said, midnight, 1 o'clock. I'd stay out there till 3, 4 in the morning and just gaze and be surrounded by the silence, be surrounded by the cold. And it really just meant so much to me to be like that. You know, I knew that was gonna happen because I couldn't get the button right. Hey, I've got nothing on my feet. I just noticed that. I've got no boots on. Oh, wow. Did I accidentally sell them? Chances are I did. Yep, I don't have any boots. And, you know, I really don't know how to describe it beyond that. But I was wondering if anyone else had felt like that or done something similar. Gone out in the middle of the night like that when it's cold and it's quiet and everything is just so beautiful, perfect. You know, I don't know how else to put it. But it just made me smile to think back to that time when, oops, they're not here.
You call yourself a wizard? I challenge you to a duel. The gods will be the judge of that. Hey!
Fus Roda!
My, he's strong. And I'm screwing up again. Ah, he has fireball, that's why. Well, I've got potions. Yeah, we'll do some plentiful healing. Resist fire. Resist magic. And I also think unfortunately I only have lesser ward. Oh boy. I got that off in time. This guy's probably gonna kick my ass, to be honest. And if he does, he does. because I really don't have much else. Of course, he's also out of magic, it seems. I just activated my highborn. Enough nothing. Well, at least I was able to outlast him. Well, granted, they're free, but I want to see if I can get something different. There we go.
You're someone who can get things done. I like that.
Never is.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. Well, a little more than reminiscing going on here, but what is what is, I guess you could say. Yeah, like I said, I never realized how much I missed the snow until
Winterhold. Guess it was just a matter of time.
Got some good pieces out. I don't claim to be the
well,
best.
you're not selling them yet.
Jorland Greymane's got that honor. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair chance.
I like that. What happened? As if they didn't see it. Nope, not yet. But no, it's just one of those things that really took me back to my childhood, and I realized I haven't been around snow in so long. And just kind of woke me up. Elven boots would work. I could enchant them as well. Oh, she's got elven everything, huh? I wonder if I could enchant them. I probably could. Yeah, I'm gonna buy the elven boots and the elven gauntlets. So I'm pretty sure I can enchant them. Let's see what we have inside. I'm gonna end it right after I buy this because I don't know what else to talk about.
Welcome to War, mate.
I just wanted to share with you a little bit of my childhood
damage.
And what I used to do when I was younger. Elven shield. I guess he sells the heavy stuff, huh? Well, that's good if I come up against fire, huh? Resist, increase fire. I could also disenchant that and put it to my elven boots. And I've got enough gold, so I'll pick those up. Steel armor, conjuring, no, I don't care. There's another one, increased shock. I don't know if I have that or not, but I'll pick them up anyways. It's not like I don't have gold.
Good
so,
business with
yeah,
you.
that's it, folks. And despite the little bit of interruptions here and there, I hope you've enjoyed this little reminiscent that I've gone through about my childhood and the time I used to spend outside just in solitude, listening to absolutely nothing and staring at the stars. I wish I could convey to you just what it meant for me to be like that. Even now I can almost feel it, like I'm there. And in small ways, I miss it. In small ways. Anyways, folks, I'm one big bugger. This has been me doing a little bit of reminiscing. I'll see you next time.